Yo, people, how's it going? Hope everything's blessed and you're breathing well. Today has been a bloody good day. So, we're going to finish the day with a bloody good video. Don't swear, people. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about 5 fundamentals which will help you socialize and get better results in your conversations and in life. Number one, when you want something and you're focused on the outcome, you push people away and you push away the outcome, the positive outcome in that social conversation. Just being yourself and being natural will make people feel more comfortable around you and more inclined to listen and hear you out and understand you. You're just going to come off in a much more positive light. If you be yourself rather than being, I need to come off really confident, I need to come off really confident, I need to assert my confidence. I need people to know I'm nice. I need people to know I'm nice. Other things like that, but just the subconscious things you tell yourself on the upcoming a social event. Really, the one thing you need to have in your head is, I just need to be myself. I just need to be myself. I just need to go in there, have fun, and do whatever I think's fun and what I think's exciting, enjoyable, and just being yourself. It sounds so simple, but when you're yourself, you're much more comfortable. You bring people towards you. There's less of you're putting the good outcome much closer to yourself by not pushing it away by going thinking that it's going to be difficult or thinking that you have to be something so different to yourself. If you're much more comfortable in yourself, you're going to come off in the way that you want to come off. And that is just so bloody important when you're speaking to people. The other thing is people can clearly see when you're not being yourself, and they kind of, some people really quite easily detect when you're not quite being true to yourself and you're kind of putting it on and you're just pushing a little bit too far. And that can come off in quite a bad way. And these people are less likely to like you and so on and so forth. But you're also not going to build a genuine relationship with these people because you're not being yourself, if you know what I mean. You're putting something that's too much on, you're putting on a bit of a facade, something a bit extra, and you know what, it just makes people feel uncomfortable. So the number one actionable step is in every social setting, and session, I guess, be yourself to the best of your ability. Number two, if you're struggling with interesting people, with what you have to say, or just when you're speaking about your life, you don't feel like people are very gripped or very interested in what you're saying, what you have to do, it can come down to a couple of things. One of them things being maybe you don't live the most richest, most fullest life, and maybe you're just doing some things a bit boring. But also, maybe you're not excited about the things you do because you're doing things that you don't really enjoy yourself. That can be weird, but that can be hard to articulate. But if you just play games all day and you're not very passionate about them, when you talk about them, people are going to clearly see that your lack of passion and your just lack of interest in life, and you're just uninteresting. But when you can pick up things from all walks of life and have such fruitful variety and excitement and enjoyment out of everything you do, you're naturally going to be much more interesting to talk to. So it's like you don't have to try to be interesting. Doing things that interest you will make you an interesting person, if that makes sense. It's quite simple. Number three, sometimes you're just speaking to the wrong people and to people that are not really your type or not really your scene. See, I don't like over sporadic and just unpredictable people. People that like seem like they're on cocaine or just a bit too much in your face and a bit too much. You don't know what their next move is. They're a bit radical. They're not my kind of people. I like calm, focused, and engaging people where, like, if I'm going to a pub and I want to sit down, I want to speak about something more intellectual, more intelligent, more, and that's what grips me and makes me interested to speak to people. But so I prioritize speaking about them things when I'm out with people. Obviously, sometimes I'll speak more socially and be like, oh, no way, I didn't know that person was doing that. Da, da, da. But you know what? Social politics does not interest me in the slightest. So I'm not going to pretend that it does, and I'm not gonna talk about it as much as everyone else does. If that's what they're talking about, I'm just going to be maybe not so interested. Maybe solo somebody out. Maybe just start talking to them about something that we're both equally passionate about in something that I'm interested in. That's going to build a much better, stronger, nourishing relationship than me talking about things that are social I just don't give a fuck about, and it's just like filling up my head with shit that I never was interested or didn't care about in the first place. So that's sometimes you're just speaking to the wrong people. And you'll know when you're speaking to the wrong people, when you feel like you're sticking out a bit, or you're saying things and it's just going straight over people's head. They're just not interested. They're just not interested. And that's when you know maybe you need to change who you're speaking with at that time. Wait till then people are in a different mood and a different setting, or they've got different people around them. And yeah, if that makes sense, it's like I wouldn't bother if they're not your kind of people. They're not your kind of people, and don't try to force them to be your kind of people, and don't try to be forced into being their kind of person just because they're in that social setting. Because just like number one is you're not going to be yourself. You just got to be yourself in every social setting, in every situation. You've just got to be yourself, and you've got to say and do the things that make you the most excited. Obviously, that doesn't mean go and commit crimes and you know be logical about it. You don't need to. That doesn't mean you need to shout at people when they're moving conversation or interrupt them. But you politely create a situation which is more favorable for yourself, without disregarding other people or you know changing other people's authenticity, if that makes sense. If some people talk about that stuff and they only talk about that stuff, then maybe you got to realize, well, that's not my kind of person. But maybe on a one-on-one, you can speak to them in a different way, which is much more of your style. And then maybe that's when you speak to that person. But maybe in a group setting, they just come out a bit, a radical, sporadic, or just some things that you just don't agree with logistically. You don't have to make them agree logistically. You don't have to force the relationship. And if you do, then you're just definitely speaking with the wrong people. So it's, pick your battles and just get the most out of your situations around you. Be resourceful, be intelligent, if you know what I mean. Number 4, guilt, fear, and all the other things that just make you feel like shit. Lack of self-confidence, all these things that are just knocking away behind the back of your head. You know what? Everybody feels the sense of these things, and they feel scared to go up to people sometimes. But when they realize they're actually in that situation, then they feel a lot better. And they get used to it and they get acclimated. Sometimes you just gotta get acclimated, and you gotta be brave. You gotta put a strong face on and go, yeah, okay, I'm gonna talk to this person. But like I said, when you know it's not your vibe, it's not your vibe, and you just disappear. Or you just move away, or you keep speaking and kind of find an exit of the conversation if that's not your situation. You don't have to long these things out, especially if you're in a pub or in a club or in a them kind of social groups. It's not everybody else is feeling the same thing, if that makes sense. Like they're a lot. Number 4, guilt and fear. Guilt and fear in situations will hold you back, and sometimes you're speaking to people which make you feel uncomfortable, and you don't need to feel comfortable around them. You don't need to put a brave face on and go, I need to speak to you. But in some respects, you need to put a brave face on and go, I need to go speak to them people over there because I feel like they're my kind of people. And if you see them people which you think are your kind of people, put a brave face on and go over there. But for like me, when I see somebody who is, the only way I can really describe them is quite cocaine-like, quite jumpy, quite shouty, quite you don't know what he's going to do next. Is he going to grab you? Is he going to pull you in for a hug? Like, you just don't know. And that's not my kind of person. I'm not going to pretend that is. But if I see some people who sat down and they're speaking quite strongly about business and stuff, I'll go over there and speak to them. I've got knowledge. I have got things that they will want to hear. And you've got to have that self-respect and that confidence. That's like, yeah, I've got something that they want 100%. I know that. And they've got something that I want, which is the social connection, and maybe something they've got to teach me. I want to put myself in that social situation. I don't know them, but sometimes you got to be confident and put yourself out there. So you just got to give things a go. You got to be confident, put a brave face on. But when it's not going to be the right person for you. Right, finally, number 5, your energy matters. And that consistent mood that you feel throughout the day, your baseline, that is your energy. That is how you feel. That's how you bring yourself into social situations. I'm not saying fake it, but I'm saying hype yourself up before a social situation. Get yourself in the right mindset. Get yourself in the right mood. Get yourself speaking about the things that you want to speak about. Practice, do a couple of press-ups before you go out. Do a couple of pull-ups. Put some nice clothes on. Get in your energy. Get in your spirit. Get in your frequency. If somebody's making you feel fucking off, then fuck them. Fuck them. If somebody's like giving you a bad vibe and a bad taste in your mouth before you've gone out, then fuck them. Forget about them. Get a better mood on. Feel yourself. Get fucking jacked up. Get ready for the night. Get fucking in your groove. Feel how you should feel. And if you're trying your best to feel how you should feel, but you can't, you gotta do a quick analysis. you've got to do a quick analysis. Is it the people I'm around? Is it where I'm going? Is it how I'm getting there? Is it what I'm doing? Is it what I'm drinking? Maybe is it how I'm presenting myself? Do I just feel like shit mentally? Do I not do anything interesting that I want to fucking speak about? Am I going to speak with people that I know are fucking idiots? No, that that I just don't have anything to relate to, that I don't have anything to talk to. I know some people in the self improvement and like industry in that mindset, they feel like that. They're like, oh shit, I'm going to go drink with some fucking like I'm not gonna be mean about anybody, but I don't feel like that really. I know that them people are just having a good time and they've got their things, but at some point you try, especially being my age, you like fucking ignorance is bliss, and you're like, shit, I wish I could go back to enjoying TikTok and like enjoying gaming now, because right now if I do any of them things I just feel fucking guilty. And that's what I think is like, if I was just fucking sat on the Xbox all day and then I turned up to the pub and I was just like, yeah, sure, yeah, what did you say? Yeah, I was productive. Anyway, that's not me though, so I'm never gonna fucking do that before I go to the pub. And if I did, I'd probably not go to the pub because I was just not moving in my fucking frequency. I wasn't moving in my groove. My groove is speaking confidently, talking to the camera, feeling jacked as fuck, feeling happy, feeling smiley, feeling good about myself, and that's my groove. And when I turn up, being in my positive energy, that attracts people, and that attracts like-minded people. You know, like my good mood is, you know, sometimes the way you heal people isn't by giving them advice, it's them being by your frequency for long enough and feeling your energy and your waves. That is what heals people. That's what makes people more energetic, more happy, more excited. That's what makes them reflect. That's what makes them reflect a good attitude. It's not what you say to them which makes them have a good attitude around you. And when people think like, people start coming and say, "Oh no, I'm like a mirror. It's just whatever room I walk into, that's the energy I reflect." It's like, if he says something nice to me, whatever. No, it's not about what they say. It's about the people around you and what energy they give off, and does that match yours? So sometimes you got to run a quick check and be analytical and be like, okay, shit, I'm going in the car. Shit, this is not me. I love driving fast, but some people be a bit nervous in the car and be like, oh, I'm in the car with Jack. Oh, he's driving a bit fast. It's kind of scaring me a little bit. Yeah, I'm not feeling myself. It's a bit scary. Oh, where are we going to go talk about? Oh, we're going to go talk about girls. I'm not very good with girls. I don't know what I'm going to say. It's like, it's one of them. It's like, you got to know that you're going to be around the right people, and you're going to be in your energy when you're in your energy. And if you're not in that energy, you got to run a check, and that's when you got to you got to think about your life, and you got to think about what your next decisions are. Are you going to continue with this? Are you going to try find when you go to the pub, and like, maybe the people around you think like low of you, and they're like, oh shit, no, he's just a pussy anyway. And it's like, you can kind of sense it or whatever. And you turn up to the pub, and they're talking about things that maybe you don't relate to. Um, but then you see some people that you do relate to, and you like fucking walk over there, and you're the most confident guy. You got like, oh no, these are my energy people, and maybe they're not. And you go to another group, and you're like, fuck, these are my energy people, and you're like, now you're bouncing, now you're buzzing, now you've got a good vibe in you. You go back over to your original friends. They can't fucking touch you, because while they're in their fucking energy, you've just boosted up a level. You just moved into your groove, and now you've moved better. And it's just like, be your fucking selves. It's like that energy of being yourself that is happiness. That is happiness. That is the fucking wave of good fortune. That is positivity, and that's how you keep feeling positive all the fucking time, and that's how you move the needle forward. That's how you get the money that you want. That's how you get the life you want. That's how you get the problems that you want. We're all gonna have problems, yeah. But you decide the problems that you have. If you're that person and you're hanging out with the wrong people and you're scared to go in the car and you don't talk well with women, and you've got some fucking real like slaggy mates who just fucking talk about fucking and shit. That's not my life. But then you got a clock like shit. I'm in the wrong situation. These are the wrong problems for me. I don't have to have these problems. My problems can be, how much is fuel? Fuck how much fuel is, like, my problem can be is like your problem, if you pick your right problems, because we're all gonna have fucking problems in life. Don't let that be a conscious decision that you can make. Be that problem. Be like, oh shit, I've got a flat tire, I need to fucking change it. That can be your fucking problem. Not, who the hell am I hanging out with? This guy's driving like a dickhead. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, sometimes you just gotta run an analysis and check what you're doing. Anyway, I hope you got a little bit of value from that rant. I was just going a bit crazy there, but you gotta understand, like, you gotta be yourself. You gotta have that energy. You gotta have that flow. You gotta have that rhythm. And if you don't have any of that, then shit, you gotta do something else with your life. You gotta realize, oh shit,
I don't go out to clubs. I don't like clubs. I've been to one club in the UK, and I like a student union. Why? Because I don't like fucking clubs. And do you know what? Do you know who's in clubs? Degenerates. like people. I don't want to chat to some fucking. I don't want to be like, yeah, where are you from? I want to be like, oh yeah, so what do you do for work? Oh, how do you make money? Oh, that's really interesting. How many calls do you take a week? What? No way. Oh yeah. So basically, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm selling this product, and I'm trying to generate more leads. And it's like, yo, I go to socialize for a positive benefit. There's like, I don't feel any benefit going clubbing. And to be fair, it's the same fucking thing every night. Yo, let's get smashed, pre-drinks, let's go. Let's get to the club for 12. Oh, we're in the club. Oh, the party, party, party. Like, oh, we're dancing to music. Oh, the music shit. Oh, there's no people here. Oh, this sucks so much. You know, when we came last week, there's so many more people. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's getting more active. It's that song. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, shit, the music's dead now. Oh my God, it's so crowded. Oh, look at that guy. Like, yo, let's copy and paste you. Let's copy and paste. Oh, it's 3 a.m. How are we getting home? Oh, cab. Oh, the cab's expensive. Oh, get home. Oh, it's such a good night, bro. Let's order some pizza. Oh, fuck, you know, like, I ain't following your script, G. I ain't playing your game. I don't want to play your game. I want to play my game. Yo, that's not where I am, fucking camera. I'm here. I ain't playing your game. I ain't following your script. I'm writing my own. Do you know what that means? That means when I go out and I'm socializing, I'm going to a fucking pool club and I'm speaking about business as I'm playing. Because that's me. Somebody said to me, "What's your kind of people?" Then when I was at a pub, and I was like, I really thought about it. I was like, I was thinking like clubs aren't my scene. Clubs really aren't my scene. What is my scene? My scene is somewhere I can sit down comfortably in a quiet room. Oh, this pub was packed, and I'm speaking. Yeah, yeah, shouting, like so I can hear the guy next to me, and it's like, yo, for the half of the time I couldn't even fucking sit down. I don't want to go. Like, why would I go to a new pub which is rammed when I would much rather a place I went consistently with the same people? Like, yo, I'll expand my group, but you know what? The people that I'm gonna find that I want to talk to aren't gonna be at a club. Like, I'm not looking for club people. I'm not looking for degenerate, like for people who just fucking, sit on blackjack and, fucking drink a load of shots and shit. I'm not looking for that kind of people. So why would I look there? I've made my best connections when I've been out at work and I go to a lunch where there's other people in a similar business getting lunch. That's where I make my connections. That's where I found the best people. I mean, obviously I found a lot of my best mates at school, but I found my most positive connections in the workplace. Obviously, because they're working. They're like, you know what I mean? I bet some of them people go to the clubs, but I ain't talking to them in the clubs because you know what? When they're in the clubs, they ain't got any good thought running through their head apart from how do I get laid? How da 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 da. I'm not looking to get laid. Fuck that. Fuck that. Just yeah, dumb shit, people. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I spat some true knowledge on that one. Yeah, at least I think so. I believe so. I know so. Whatever. Be confident in yourself. Be the person you want to be. Be your authentic you. Like, honestly, I don't give two fucks with this offense because it's like, it wasn't meant for you anyway. If that offended you, then it wasn't meant for you. Like, you're not the right audience to this video. So be it. So be it. You got to understand that. And you got to understand, oh shit. Okay, maybe he offended me by saying that shit. But then I got to realize, oh shit, my people are the kind of people in the club then. My people are the kind of people who don't give a fuck and they just want to have fun. And like, we're going to end up having I'm not going to say a shit job. We're going to end up having decent lives. They ain't going to be his life. I'm not saying my life's going to be better in any way. I'm just saying ignorance is bliss and I can't go back because I just feel like shit all the time if I did go back. So you got to understand it's like, we're all people, we're all different. You got to pick and choose your battles. You got to pick and choose the life you want and you can choose the problems that you have. You can choose the life you have. So go out there and make the life that you want 100%. All right. Third and final time, I say goodbye. Thanks very much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.